The Battle of the Blues is just around the corner, and Papare had the privilege of catching up with Kumar Sangakkara, the national captain. Welcome, Kumar.
Thank you.
When the Battle of the Blues is mentioned, what exactly comes into your head?
A lot of old memories of being at Trinity, going as a kid to watch the big match, and then finally being able to play in about 4 of those was it was very special. So for a school kid, it's the biggest thrill to go either for the Bradley Shield or for the annual big match against St Anthony. So growing up at Trinity, cricket was always the poorer brother when it came to sports, but it's a special occasion. It's a lot of fun. A huge amount of old boys come down to watch it, so it's a nice feeling of family.
You captained the Trinitians in the year '96, got the Lions Award, won the Right Gold Medal Award. That sort of backing, how did it help you to jump into the national?
Well, I think number one, what it does is it gives you a bit of confidence, but also I think you have to be quite realistic when you're at school. And when you leave school, number one, your achievements at school are just that, achievements at school, and it only gives you a grounding for going out into the real world and really making a name for yourself or a future for yourself. So whatever you learn from school, you've got to make use of. But if you still live in the past and you rest on and gloat about what you achieved at school rather than really trying to make use of it and getting somewhere in the world, I think it becomes a problem. But I was pretty lucky getting into university and then into the national team. So it was an interesting journey. But that's what I always think. You've got to move forward. School is school, and then you move on and you live life as an adult.
The 94th Battle of the Blues, Trinity has been performing quite well. They registered a win over St Thomas's after 18 years. Any insight on the Trinity team this year?
I think it's a very competitive side. The major change that has happened at Trinity is that we've launched a cricket foundation that's working with a bit of friction, but working okay, well enough for us to have hired Sampath Pera as our coach. He was earlier at DS and then coaching NCC, and he has made a tremendous change in attitudes at Trinity, especially when it comes to winning games. And the last 2 years, he's performed exceptionally well. And even this year, I think the amount of games we've won is almost unheard of. So Trinity was always, we've always had good teams. We've won very few matches. But now, it's been molded into a winning side with guys like Raushan Jalil, who's in the Under-19 World Cup side, and a few other senior players who've been, leading the team well. I think we've got a really good chance of doing something special.
As a young Trinity cricketer, what do you recall as the most memorable moment?
Well, I think it's every single time that we walked out to Asgiri, knowing it's an international test ground, having watched test matches there. Those memories of playing in your big match, having the entire school present, the preparation. We get a week off school before the big match to train, and those special memories are good. But at the same time, I think it's always a case of being part of the team. Trinity was great at that. There was no barriers when it came to caste, creed, or religion, or race, or anything like that. It was just everyone on a level playing field enjoying what they did in cricket, and Trinity was all about that. So those were probably the most special memories.
Adding to that, the first time you stepped onto the Australia field as a fresher, what exactly went through your mind?
As a fresher in the national side or the school side? It was interesting. You have this kind of hierarchy in school cricket, the seniors and the juniors, and then you have to adjust, and you go through this period where you are it's made known to you that it's your first time in the main side, so try and earn the respect, try and earn your place and things like that. But it was very it was a friendly place for us. There was no hazing and nothing of this ragging that goes on sometimes in sports sides. The most of the hardest rag guests you would call it would be, well, bring a cake next time you come, so the entire team can eat that. So it is nice to get into the side. It is also nice to earn the respect by performing well, and it was a wonderful experience.
Your call on the 94th Battle of the Blues?
Well, I'm going to always support Trinity, and this time I think they're a great chance of winning. But also, more than that, I think the competitive levels I think are raised when it comes to a big match. Even if one of the sides is not doing really well, I think they lift their standards just for that particular game. So it'll be an interesting battle, but I think Trinity can and should win.
As a former Trinity captain, what would be the final words to the young players?
Just enjoy yourselves, go out there and win. There's nothing else that anyone expects. But the result in the end, if you can walk out off the field with your heads held high, knowing that you're given 100% to your school and to your side and to yourself, that's the most important thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.